that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center.
This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the firemen assembled here, the police officers, FBI agents.
Unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers.
The World Trade Center, both towers gone, and we are all witnesses to it, and to some degree we are all victims.
Our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts.
Okay, so September 11th is one of those events that happens, hopefully just once in somebody's lifetime, where you remember exactly where you were and exactly what you were doing. I happen to be here in the building taking an English test in room 154 from Mrs. Moster over a book called The Giver. I didn't actually find out about what had happened until the end of first block, which was close to 10 o'clock, a little bit 9:45, 9:50 in the morning. So by the time I found out what had happened, both towers had already been hit, but the rest of the day here at RCHS was spent watching the news and watching the rest of the events of the day unfold. The towers collapsing, finding out more information about Al-Qaeda, who I'd never heard of, hearing the name Osama bin Laden, who I'd never heard of, and wondering what was going on and all of the confusion and the chaos and the tragedy that really was, the terrorist attacks on 9/11. There was a lot of uncertainty and a lot of fear. I remember not knowing if this was just the beginning. Is this the first attack of multiple attacks? Are other major cities in danger? I remember it was a frightening time.
Well, 9/11 was kind of a really different day for me. I used to start out my day at the elementary at RES, and back in the day they used to have the TVs in the cafeteria, so I actually saw the first tower go down, and it was about time for me to come back over here, and no one here really knew what was going on yet. So I immediately came in and told the people in the media department to turn on their TVs that something terrible was happening. And so about the time we turned on the TVs, within about another 5-10 minutes, Tower 2 went down. But I don't think a lot of us really felt what was going on until later in the afternoon and started realizing the depth of everything. And I decided on that day that I would never let my kids go to school without telling them I loved them, because everybody's life changed that day.
My experience, I had a guest speaker who came in that day, and she said, "Hey, we're under attack." I had no idea what that meant at the time, but we turned on the television set and saw those horrific images. I just remember at the time the utter chaos, the dismay, the confusion, didn't know what was going on, the nausea from seeing the mass carnage. Just knew this cruel act of barbarity and how many people died at one fell swoop with these attacks. It was a strange day, and once we found out what happened, and then to figure out what kind of things we have to deal with from then on, some of the mistakes we made diplomatically and internationally after that, when we might have had I guess the world on our side, is a bit of a shame. I think we missed an opportunity there, but certainly that's a day that will live in infamy.
Well, on September 11th of 2001, I was teaching at a place called Fountain Central High School, which is over on the western side of the state, and a lot of things I remember greatly from that day. Number one, a month to the day before, on August 11th of 2001, my wife was standing on top of the World Trade Center, and she was on vacation with her family, and had it happened a month earlier, it would have been very disastrous for me. Also, where I was teaching at the time was near the big stockpile of VX gas that was being stored since the end of World War II. And I remember that as the events went on, that the Air Force was flying cover over those stockpiles of VX gas. So you saw fighter jets constantly flying a figure-8 pattern around us. How did it change? Well, I mean, everything has really changed since then. You can't get on planes without going through a half-hour search, and you know, I think just in general, people feel less confident in their surroundings since 9/11, and obviously today the impacts are still being felt. You know, we still have troops stationed in places that we fought. Obviously, Afghanistan, we took troops out, but there's still some remnants in Iraq and whatnot. So it's been a long process. 20 years seems like it was just yesterday, but you know, it definitely has impacts and will for a long time yet.
Today is the last day to purchase homecoming tickets. They are $15 located in the bookstore.
Here is an important video about homecoming dress-up days.
Hello RCHS. As you know, homecoming week is right around the corner. It starts on September 13th and goes until September 18th, which the dance is on the 18th, and the football game is on the 17th against Connorsville. Here at RCHS, we like to have a spirit week just to get excited, get hyped for homecoming week. So for the dress-up days, on Monday, you're supposed to wear anything from the past. On Tuesday, you can wear anything from the future. On Wednesday, dress up as your class decade. So each class is assigned a different decade, so make sure you're dressing up appropriately for that. Thursday is your class colors, which would be freshmen are green, sophomores are orange, juniors are purple, and seniors are red and black. And then on Fridays, we are also going to be wearing red and black. Make sure you're dressing up and participating in the Spirit Week, and I'll see you all there.
Lunch today is cheeseburger, baked beans, fries, fruit, and milk.
Yearbook order forms are outside of room 159. You can also turn them back into the folder outside of room 159. The cost of the yearbook is $55 until November 5th, and then prices will increase.
Now listen to Matthew for a weather update.
Thanks, guys. It's currently really sunny, and it's 63 degrees outside with 81% humidity. And it's supposed to get up to 77 today and the low of 52. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Matthew. Now let's kick it to Araceli.
Thanks, guys. The Lions tennis team fell to Newcastle with a score of 4-1, with Sam Smith recording the only win. The Lions will next be in action tomorrow at the Rushville Invite with a start time of 9 a.m. For sports action tonight, the girls' soccer team plays Muncie Burris at home with a start time of 5:30 p.m. The Lions football team will also take on the Bulldogs at Batesville with a start time of 7 p.m. The cheer block theme for tonight is jerseys. On Saturday, the boys' soccer team will play Connorsville with a start time of 10 a.m. The boys and girls cross country will also run at the Whiteland Invite, starting at 8:30 a.m. Girls golf will also play at East Central. Good luck to all our Lion athletes this weekend. That's it for me. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Araceli. That's it for this edition of Lions Live. Have a wonderful weekend, RCHS. Go